welcome back to another episode. We got a few things to do today. I have to bring out the firewood and put some stuff away in the garage. Put that outside so I have room to put my projects. And then I got the alternator and the serpentine belt for the Coronet. So I got to bring back the core. So I'll change that today. I'll go and put the battery in the car, bring it in front of the garage, because as you can see the shop's full. So I'll probably just bring the front end in here and change the alternator, put the belt in it, the battery, and then that will be ready to run, even though we got a bunch of work to do to it. And then work on this thing today also, and I'll work on the car, on the Ford a little bit. We had a little mix up with the tires. Shipping didn't come through, so it'll probably be on Monday. What I'll do is I'll change the rotor because I got carried away last time and did some burnouts and stuff, and I was getting late, so I never touched the truck again. So here's to a good day, boys. So we just emptied the garage. This was full of firewood, so I went and put it out back of the house here with all the other firewood. So I'll have my garage. We got to do some cleaning, and I got a bunch of work to do to this still. I want to put siding and stuff on this summer, and roof, and clean it up and whatnot. So we picked up the battery, we put it in the car, and we even got ourselves a driver. You ready, Vincent? Start it up, boy. So this is a little walk around. Basically we started with a 05 Chrysler 300. I'll give you guys a picture right here. And me and Mark actually picked this up, but probably a little bit ago, probably a couple years ago. And I stripped the 300 to the bare body. Well, basically just the floor. Don't really see good, there's too much parts, but the floor, we kept the firewall, the suspension, the Hemi transmission, all the dash going to be the Chrysler 300 stuff. And we started at it, and we were doing renovations, and I have another house I was doing renovations to and trying to sell that. So everything got just so busy, and I kind of just put it aside for a bit. And then I found the Cobra and fell in love with that, and I always wanted to build one, so I kind of put that aside. But I have everything for this, so I might throw it together a little bit more so I can actually drive it. It still needs some bracing and stuff, but that's what it is, a project. And so we're going to change the alternator, because if I want to be able to move it around in and out of the garage, and once the bracing is done, I might even do some burnouts for you guys this summer. So I'll go ahead and change the alternator and the belt, and I'll give you guys a little time lapse here of what we're doing. And once we're done, we'll pull that out and bring it back in the house garage, and then I'll start on the Ford to do the rotors and the bearings. I went ahead and got the tools I needed, so I didn't have to run all the way to the back of the shop. So I'll do a little time lapse here for you guys, and maybe a tiny burnout once I'm done to put it back in the garage. So, a little bit more hassle than we were anticipating, like I was saying. It's, yeah, not much room, and then I stripped one of the bolts. I got it out, but now I got to remove this hose, so I'll have to play with the coolant. And I did scrape up a few arms and ends, so I think it should come out. But yeah, a lot longer than I was hoping to put on this there. But anyways, at least it'll be done, and I'll definitely do a burnout when I'm done with this. So I had to cut a bolt right here, and the piece of aluminum that was there, it was seized on the bolt. So I cut it so I can take off the alternator, give me a bit of room. And I don't know if you can see half decent, but I put a easy out, this style. I'll show you guys this style of easy out on the end of the cut bolt, and I'll try to take it out. If it doesn't work, I'll weld a nut or a bolt on that bolt, and I'll try to unscrew it or maybe put a little bit of heat, but I'll try it with the easy out first and we'll see how it goes. So I'll try to hold the camera in here so you guys can see. I didn't try it, so I don't know what it's going to do. Okay, I'll hold that here, try and get the gun. You guys ready? Yes, sir. Came out pretty good. And from the looks of it, it wasn't seized or nothing. It was just the aluminum was seized. The alternator was seized on the bolt. The bolt wasn't seized in the motor, so because the threads are really nice. So we got it out, and we'll go for lunch, and we'll come back to install it and finish installing the belt and the alternator. So see you guys in a little bit. Just getting back from lunch, so we dropped the new alternator. We got that bolted up, and re-put some coolant, put the belt, and then we'll fire it up and see, make sure everything works good, make sure there's no air lock in the coolant system, and all that while the kids are playing outside. The other one somewhere over there. So guys, car is running good. We'll do a little burnout for you guys. Guys, we did a few donuts. I don't know, my tar is weird. Well, it's pretty beat up, and there's like mud coming out of the cracks, so I'm guessing that's why it doesn't smoke that much, but it's still fun to drive. And I'll give you a better walk around of the project, because I have cleaned up the parts in it and put the seats. And I was wanting to see if the seats were fitting for the height, and surprisingly fits pretty good. But I do have a brace in the back of the seats, and it kind of limits the space. But once the rockers are done and the inner structure is braced up there, that'll be taken out, and it should fit pretty good. So just to give you guys a little idea. So the floor is all from the Chrysler 300. So we still need to do like the inner fenders and the trunk floor and battery mount. Well, just there with bungees. I got all the windows for it. I got all the body parts for it. The grill, the windows, the hood, the back gate, I guess, the tailgate, fenders. They're pretty rough, but whatever, something to work with anyways. And I do have the bumpers for it, but I'm thinking to do, I might do like a tire slayer somewhat. I don't know, I got an idea in my head there. I'll have to draw it up a little bit, maybe show you guys what you guys think. But yeah, I think this might be a good somewhat of a shop vehicle to play around and burn some tires, I guess. Maybe what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, and we'll go park this, and then we'll go do the rotors. It's almost the end of the day already, and seems like we didn't accomplish as much as we would like. So I'll just go and put this in the garage, and this thing is loud. This thing is pretty loud, boys. I'm in the shop right now. I'm just taking out the tools I need. Compressor's on. I ran the hose outside. So I'll just give you guys a little bit of a time lapse of what we'll be doing. Pretty basic stuff, but it needs to be done. The thing is, when I took it out, at first, when I brought the truck out, when it was kind of finished, I didn't have too much money, so I put the rotors in the lathe, and I basically just buffed them with a buffer to take out all the rust and the edges. I'll show you guys, and you can see there's a bit of markings still from that. And last year I bought new ones for the front. I never did put them on, so I figured, well, why now is the perfect time, since I'm getting tires for this, which I talked a little bit about that. Been delay with the shipping, so hopefully we get that on Monday, so we'll be able to run this again daily. And as you guys can see here, this side was nice, but I got two new ones in the shop, so I'll get them on and have that ready before I put the tires, or have the tires. And so hopefully next week we're back at it and drive this thing. So these are the parts. We're done on the driver's side, so we'll just go ahead and do the other side. I think you don't have to see the other side be done. Pretty straightforward. So I'll finish the other side before it gets dark, and then it's important, you guys don't really see that, but we actually, well, myself anyways, I have to clean the shop quite often. Like this morning we worked on the Coronet, and we did a few things. And the alternator, serpentine belt, we put the seats, and I just kind of threw the tools there and left it, and then on to something else. So before I leave tonight, I'll sweep the floor, pick up the tools, pick up the cardboard, throw that in the dumpster, have that so it's all nice and clean for the next day. And I don't think we'll have time too much to work on this baby today, or in this video anyways, but she's gonna be pretty nasty. She's gonna be a mean little car, boys. So anyways, I'll do the other side, and I'll get back to you guys in a little bit. We finished cleaning up the shop. Me and Holly, my dog. Quite exciting. Anyways, we pass the broom, we pick up the tools, and I even broomed the whole shop there. It's not that big, but and I picked up the table in the back, and I had the TIG out and a few different things. But I wanted to talk to you guys about something. If you're ever in a little jam, and I figured it could help you, so why not share that stuff, right? So here it goes. First of all, it's an inexpensive pair of pliers. They're 30, 40 bucks or whatever. They're channel lock 410s, and the way they work, show you guys here on the lug nut, just to give you an example. So the more you push, the more it tightens up, and it doesn't want to slip. And they're pretty handy to have, and they're, for the price, they save a lot of jobs. So the more you push, the more it tightens up and it wants to come out. They work really good. I use them all the time, and they're really good. Anyways, next thing is, this saved my ass today. The alternator was seized. The bolt was seized in the alternator, and I rounded out at the end. I couldn't get the pliers in there because there wasn't enough room. So what I did, kind of drastic, but anyways, I cut the bolt through the alternator, and I managed to take the alternator out, and I was left with a small piece of bolt. So I took the extractor, this small one, and I rammed it on top, or on the end where I cut. Just to give you guys an idea here. The rifle like a left hand, so when you untighten, it tightens in the nut or whatever you're trying to take off, and they're really good. So just to give you guys an idea, I got these ones at Princess Auto, and they're pretty cheap. So just a little tip for you guys. Anyways, that's going to be it for today. We did a few burnouts, we did a bit of work. Like always, it seems like we could always have done more, but time goes quickly, and I was playing around with the kids, did some burnouts. We just fitted some stuff on the Coronet. That's back in the garage, and I managed to change the rotors on the old Ford. I didn't get to touch the Cobra today, but on the next video I think I will, because I have to do the front suspension before I take it off the table, because it's all level right now, and I need to do the cross member and set up the suspension in the front. So that's going to come in the next videos. And anyways, what I want to say, like, share, subscribe, and until next time. And if you have any comments, guys, comment or message us or whatever. We'll try if we're doing something wrong, or we should do something in a different way. We don't know, so please tell us if there's anything you guys notice. And thanks a lot. Have a good day, guys.